Have you ever wanted something so bad you'd do anything for it? That was me, 6 years ago. I gave up everything, promising life as a pro hero. I sold it all, because I couldn't get what I wanted, no matter how hard I tried, no matter what anyone said. It was all empty, vain, vague and pointless. All I wanted was to get them back. This is my story. Though I must warn you, it's not a happy story. Not yet, at least. 6 long years ago, I thought everything in the world couldn't be better. I thought everything was going my way. And no matter what I tried, it was working out. I was interning under All Might, a transfer program from Great Britain. It wasn't what I wanted, but it worked out. I left my family behind, unknowing what would happen next. I can't tell you how I got there. In that moment, saving someone, it's second nature, right? Well, that time I was different. That time everything changed. I didn't know where I was going or what I should do. I just knew. Action, reaction. Someone needed help. And all at once, the pieces of my puzzle came to be. I understood one more thing. That I was too late. I never lived it down. Watching the rubble fall on that family, and knowing, even if I couldn't see it, they had been eradicated from this world. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't just watch it. Understand it was a mistake. After I saw what All Might did, how many he saved, I couldn't look in the mirror the same way again. I was broken. But that was just the first step. The first thing I realized. Why I hated my own quirk. Because I thought, deep down, there was something wrong with me. For wanting to be a hero, so much that I'd travel halfway across the world. And then I'm there, standing, aimlessly, hopelessly on my knees. And then it happened. Just a fucking moment too late. That's when it awakened. Something in me. A desire, a second side. I didn't even use my quirk, which I thought up until this point was nothing more than a fluke. Nothing that was worthwhile. It was empty. Empty and without potential, right? Would have been easy if it was. But now, if I learned one thing about fate, it was that nothing, no matter how much you expect it to, goes as planned. That's why when I was sitting there, confused, it flashed by like nothing changed. 1 second, they were there, and the next, they were gone, eradicated, or just changed. It was hard for me to discern. I couldn't tell you what it felt like, besides empty. Reeling from my mistake, something happened. What I thought was a spatial distortion quirk. It was something much different. Like a gaze into something no human was ever meant to see. I saw it. I saw a creature inside me, my own reflection on the puddles of blood below. Nothing. Emptiness. If emptiness had a form that stole your breath away 1,000 times more. I was terrified. Yet I smiled and didn't know why. That feeling in that moment, I felt different. Like what I saw had affected me in a way no one's words, no one's actions could. It transcended what was me in a way that only felt violating. Violating in the worst way. I can't tell you how it feels to gaze into the void, but I can tell you what it feels like when it gazes back at you. It's nothing I'd wish upon anyone else, but perhaps it happened to me, knowing forthright I was the only one in this entire God-forsaken place who could face it, if you can call what I did facing it. I'm not proud of what happened next, but there was two choices for me: to bend knee to it, or to fight. I, of course, chose to fight. Even if it was just in vain. I wanted to do something. I wanted it to stop. The eradication, the madness that happened. And by the time All Might, Toshinori, had made his way to me, there was only rubble. No screams heard for miles. Emptiness. And I knew that silence was like a double-edged blade, cutting deep into my throat, stealing my words as they choked up. I wanted to say something. I wanted to say anything, yet there was nothing I could. I was without a defense. Nothing was left. Nothing at all. It was just me, myself and I, staring my mentor, who looked, for the first time, without his smile. What else could I do, except for run? Run, and run, and by the time he took me down, took me in, all I could say to defend myself was that it made me do it. And thus, for better or worse, my story began. My story of discovering everything I wish I didn't.
I want to believe you, Caspin, but I cannot. Your story, for better or worse, doesn't add up. Can't believe I'm saying this, but give it a break, All Might. There's no reason for you to go getting that upset. There is, because this falls on my head. I can't believe so many. I know. There's nothing easy about this, but we need to take it one step at a time, and maybe this kid doesn't know what happened.
I don't. I promise. None of this. I swear to you, I would never hurt someone like that. The only thing I've got is that face. Whatever that thing was. It was terrifying, looking back at me. How could I explain something without form? Something beyond this world. Perhaps I could succeed while both of you fail. Answer or burn. Please, sir, don't put me on the spot like that. I've told you all I know. It wasn't me. And that smile of yours, that would make anyone suspect you. Why don't you just confess? Be done with it. Tell us who you're working with, and I'll set you free. Don't be reckless, NG.
We can't just let him go loose until we know what and how he caused that. Entire city block atomized into whatever that was. They weren't even killed. It turned into something else. What would you even call that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not sure what I'd call it. I just know it wasn't natural. It was something caused, but maybe not by him. Then what do we tell their families? What then, NG? We tell them what we know. Nothing more and nothing less, old rival. You're letting your emotions get to you. It's quite unsightly. Yes, maybe I am. But this can't be happening. So many people. How are they going to live from here on out, NG? How are they going to survive? That's not our concern. We need to find out its origin before we can find out its cure. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to agree, Toshinori. We need to make things work.
I promise you both, I'm telling you nothing but the truth. I promise you, All Might, I would never hurt those people like that. Disfigure them, make them into a pulsating mess. I never wanted any of this to happen. You've got to believe me. I'd never lie to you like this. You trusted me. You brought me to Japan. I wanted to make something of my hero career. I didn't just want to be another pro. I wanted to be like you.
No. I understand, but I cannot accept this.
What have I done? Even All Might has lost faith in me. What am I going to do? What can I do to make this right? I don't even know. What am I? What did I see? Why was I smiling? It doesn't make any sense. And I can't handle it. I'm gonna break. Mom, Dad, won't you be safe up there in heaven? I fear your son. He won't ever make it to see you.
Listen, I understand this must be confusing to you, but trust me, what's imperative is that you're honest, and I believe you so far. But why? Why did this happen? I think you have immense power. Power perhaps even you didn't know. Train with me. Serve in my agency. And if you manage to, reap what you've sown. Change for the better. I'll see to it that you're rewarded and accepted publicly. No, guess it's just you and me, kid. Things aren't looking good, I'll tell you that much, but you're not alone in this either, so... I know how much it's affected you. I can tell. I'm a good judge of character when I have to stare at people for a living, and I know true regret when I see it. But I also know you did this. There's no one else that could, right? If you didn't do it, we'll find the answer, but if you did, every now and then heroes do make mistakes. Just like I did. You're not a bad person. You might have just made a mistake. The idea of that family getting crushed in front of you, I can't imagine how that felt. Well, I know what it feels like to lose a friend that way. But it doesn't change the fact that this is reality. And while you won't be charged for it, there may be rumors about you you'll have to face. I hope you're not thin-skinned, kid. No. I'm prepared to face it.
Even if it means everyone thinks I'm a monster. I promise I'm not. You've got to believe me. Aizawa, please.
It's not that easy, kid. It's not that easy at all. You've got to make it on your own. I wish I could help you, but if I get involved in this, it's just gonna make things worse. Not for me, but for you. If you solve it all on your own, or join Endeavor or something, you might just be able to clear your name. For now, beat it, kid. You gotta go. There's nothing else to say.
Yes, sir. I won't let this win. Whoever, whatever did this, I'll get to the bottom of it.
I'd like to believe you, but I'm afraid. Just get out for now. We'll see what happens, kid. Do your best, okay?
Now what? Where do I go? What do I do? Alone in Japan. I've lost my way in this world. Please, someone give me a sign. You were certainly in a hurry, weren't you? My head. Oh, sorry. Are you all right? No. It's nothing like that. It's just I turned the corner. I have a lot on my mind and... Oh. You too. Anyways, I ought to be going. I wouldn't want to cause you any trouble. Weren't you just running in the opposite direction? You're not making any sense. Can I help you? You know who I am. How? I can't believe this. Look, come with me. Please, promise me you won't tell others. I don't want to lose my chance to do something good in this world. Alter some kind of misunderstanding. It wasn't me. My quirk. Something changed when I saw those people destroyed. There was something sinister in that puddle of blood that splashed in front of me. Usually, my quirk functions like a mirror world. I can go through it, from one place to the next, through reflections, mirrors, anything reflective at all. And honestly, I'm not sure what to say. After that, I went into the puddle, but something else, another me, came out. You saw it. Yes. I'm not sure what it was. But he smiled and then... How did you escape? I'm glad you did, but also nervous. Because you were in such danger. You're lucky to be alive. Or at least in one piece. Oh, my piercing. It got stuck on you. We'll have to do something about this. That's why I said to be careful. You seem to have a lot yourself, so I didn't know what to expect. Easy does it. There. We're free. Are you alright? Other than that scare? I certainly hope so. Who are you? To be quite honest with you, I'm not sure who to trust at this point. When I see you, I just see someone who looks at me with curiosity instead of fear. I don't understand you. Not one bit. Why is it you're not afraid of me? Is there something that makes you see me as a human and not some kind of monster? Tell me, you saw it too. That monster that came from my reflection, what did it look like to you? I see. You want to take me somewhere? Well, I suppose there's nowhere else for me to go right now. I can't even go home. So, I suppose it's fate that I ran into you. Or that you stuck around long enough. Waiting 3 hours for that interrogation to end. I respect them all, but they hate me now. Where are you taking me? Why are we running so fast? Damn, you're quite fast, aren't you? It's impressive in its own way. I'm just not sure whether to be impressed at this point or just disturbed at myself. I wish I could think those brooding thoughts, but... Careful now. You're taking me way too fast. Gentle. If those piercings catch on something, it won't end pretty. Not at all. Not at all. Trust me. Last time I got them caught on something, it was a car going by. It ripped it straight out. And not to get too gruesome, but it was not in a very handy spot. So where did you take me? I'm not sure I understand where we are. I've only been in Japan for 2 weeks. And the city. It's a giant maze to me still. What do you think? It can't be. You can't be a villain, right? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Maybe the only people who see me as human at this point are the villains. What do you think you're... Why did you kiss me all of a sudden? You thought it was beautiful? What kind of madness? What do you mean, beautiful? Yes, I did dispatch them without killing them. But can you really call that a mercy? Wasn't that worse than death? Wouldn't it have been easier if I'd just killed them all? I can't even say I. If the other me, the other thing inside me, from that mirror world, if it had just murdered them, maybe then, when I looked in this mirror, saw my ugly gob looking back, I wouldn't just see a monster. You might be right. Maybe it's the only way. Maybe I'm meant to be a monster, but maybe I can use it for good. Maybe even if all the bridges are burned, if every single one of them thinks I'm some kind of beast, maybe I deserve this. Now I do. Why are you treating me so kindly? You're a villain. I should take you down right now. But I know, if I did, I'd be stealing away. The only one who smiles at me. The only dream among a world of nightmares. The world of nightmares that's surrounding me, stifling me, choking me. I can't see it anymore. A future where I was. Maybe it was just this. No hero waited for me. They just made empty promises to a fate I can't even match. to fulfill something for glory. I never did that. I only worked with all might because I looked up to him. But now I see there's a difference between him and I. A difference I might have known all along. A difference that never should have come to be, but it was from the start. I hate to admit this, but your smile right now, it looks like a dream to me. Because among the horrors I've seen, the terrible things I've done, the unforgivable, I can't think of anything better than seeing your smile. Just for me. My broken, terrible face. My self-destructive habits ever since my parents suffered, just like those I saw today. Those I eradicated. I understand now. I always thought I could save, but maybe in order to save people, I need to learn how to control it. And maybe you, League of Villains, might be the only ones who can teach me. When my idol tossed me aside, like I'm damaged, like I'm worthless. The last thing I want right now is to go back to those heroes, groveling for a place in society. You seem awfully confident I'm not gonna turn on you. If it didn't hurt so badly, I'd think you were lying. But no. You are like a dream. The first person to treat me like I'm normal since I can remember. Maybe I was always cut out from this. The cloth of misfits that were never meant for this world to just be in this place. Are you sure you're not scared of me? You promise you're not? I swear to you, I'll try anything in order to not let you down. I know, maybe that makes me a horrible person, but I think this is my justice. My justice isn't following the law it's trying to save, no matter the cost. But the real question is, what the hell was I trying to save? What could I save? When everything I touch, it all gets so fucked up. So mucked up that I can't do anything about it. I've never felt powerful. My power's just been a hindrance for people to point fingers at me. A place for me to hide. The mirror world. It's so quiet and empty. And until today, I've never met anyone from it. Though maybe that's a good thing. I can't imagine they'd say anything good about me. I shouldn't be surprised, Dream. I just hope if you are my dream, that I never wake up from you. Are you seriously welcoming me? Is it really okay? And if the same side comes out, what if it happens to all of you? A risk you're willing to take, Dream? You're braver than I could ever be. With how much I've lost, how much I've damaged. I'm surprised you can see me as a human at all. You'd never expect something like this. To be waiting so close to the heroes. I guess it speaks leagues to their pride. How much they wouldn't expect you to be so bold.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Fresh blood by looks of it. What's your name, kid?
Caspin. Caspin Reeves.
Oh, we've got a feisty one, don't we? I like him already. So, this is the one who did it. You killed 8 of our guys. Well, not really killed. I guess you're a pacifist type, aren't you? So, how does it work? Your quirk, that is.
Still trying to figure that out. There seems to be another me.
Oh, so you're like twice.
Not quite. I've heard about him, but his quirk doesn't seem like mine.
Well, clearly, yours has more of an explodey appeal, as in making people amalgamations of flesh and blood, barely living and clinging to what can't even be called an existence, let alone a life. I like it. And here I am being unoriginal. I just dust people. Oh, though I've heard about you. It's public news how you've become a monster overnight. From favored by all might to hated by all. Isn't that how heroes work? Really, it sucks. I know I'm not anyone's hero, but at least I don't turn on my friends. So I've gotta ask, what are you thinking in that noodle of yours? Are you trying for revenge? Fame, fortune, infamy? Just want to kill some people without killing them? Why don't you spill the beans? Leave it all on the table.
All I want. Everything I want. It's been taken from me. I guess if I had to want something, it'd be to prove them wrong. Or maybe prove them right. I don't know that I'd consider myself a villain, but I certainly can't see myself as a hero. No, not anymore.
Oh man, All Might doesn't know what's coming to him, does he? He probably couldn't stop you and he got pissy. Ran out and took it all on you. His perfect record smudged. And now you see him for his true light. He saved everyone perfectly for so long. You brought him down a peg. I love it. I love every second of this. Oh, I saw that, by the way. Your smile at it. You saw him for his real side, didn't you? You're someone I can get along with. I like you, kid. You've got all kinds of potential. With enough practice, you could be one of the top contenders for my best boy spot. As for you, good find on this one. I think he'll make up for the 8 people he atomized on that corner. Good. Now let's see what you can do. You two get to know each other. Today's initiation, after all. Good luck.
I think he misunderstood something. Me smiling. If I'm smiling, then it's just to spite them. It's just to make sure that those who are really at fault here, the ones who left me, the ones who blamed me, I do despise them, but not out of hate. I despise what they stand for. That double standard of heroism. I don't want to be like them. I stand for anything that will change this world. I stand for making it better. Making it something masterful. Something where I can see you, my dream. I'm afraid I can't care about much else. Because it's you. You saved me from being alone. More than good and evil. Being alone is the worst for me. The worst thing possible. I've been alone and hated for all of my life. And now, maybe now, I finally found the place to accept even a monster like me. Even someone who kills without killing. Tell me, what is it you see in me? Do you see the monster? Or can you see past that? You're a strange one, Dream. But you've got a smile worth giving up heroism for. In truth, I'm not sure what I ever stood for. I just chased the dreams of the people I always looked up to. The people that let me down so much, that tossed me aside, and now I feel empty. All except for you. And this place. I've got nothing. And it's so stupid of me. But that nothingness, combined with your smile, I'd like to get to know you. What are you? You're more bold than you look. And that's saying something. Especially considering you look quite bold already. What is it you see in me that makes you want to tame this monster, so to speak? I'll never understand people like you. But I'm not complaining either. You might be the only person in this entire world who understands, or at least tries to accept me for who I am. Whether you're a heinous villain or a true hero at heart, I refuse to let anything separate us. I couldn't imagine going back to that numbness of never having a smile. You make me want to smile. Broken, you say? Well, if we're truly broken, maybe it's best that way. Maybe I don't want to be fixed, and I just want to remain like this, with you, broken and shattered, but together still.
Enjoying the falsity of your trembling heart. You should make note, child. You are the conduit where we will seek. You and I are one in the same. Make no mistake, there is no end, there is no beginning. We are as as a legion, consuming this world together.
No. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. No. It's nothing. Just something I could never escape. Something I'd like nothing more than to forget in this moment with you. I just want to kiss you. I just want to leave the baggage of life and everything that haunts me behind with my broken self, behind with the heroes. Don't hold back, love. What does it matter? Us here. We can be villains if that's what you want. I've lost the hope in the heroes. And until they grovel at my feet and beg to forgive me, give me a proper chance at things, that won't change. They can never become the heroes they were to me growing up. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people taking me for granted, saying I'm nothing but my mistakes. I'm sick of it. I refuse to be the sum of what they make me out to be. I refuse to be this empty being with no hope in the future, nothing to look forward to. I want to be yours. I want to waste away with you, if that's what it means to be yours, Dream. If it means I'm never sane again, or that I have to judge those who do us wrong, then so be it. I'd gladly be that villain you see me as, that monster, so long as you can be my Dream, so long as I can see that smile just for me. I'd give anything at all, to see it, to feel you against me, to make you mine, and let you corrupt me. I don't want to feel, if not feeling you. I've given up on what I was, and I've never felt prouder, happier to be who I am. And even if that makes me exactly what they fear, then so be it. I'll be that conduit of madness, or whatever it is I am. I'll make a dream come true, and I'll spend my time with my dream, so that these piercing can mean something more than just my sins, more than just what others would want me to suffer. I don't just want to be nothing but my sadness. I want to live and breathe and feel so much more than this. My love, I want you to be that shooting star, the one I make a wish upon, to be what I always feared, and what you always dreamed of. I don't care what it takes, love. I'll be a monster if that's what it means to make you smile. Corrupt me, use me as you will, because outside of here, this embrace of yours, I want nothing to do with the world who threw me away. I want to get lost in you, and nothing else. and love. If this kiss is one of death and chaos, then I accept it. As long as my dream can smile and be happy with who I am, I accept it. Everything.